Okay, the kids and I are outside. We think it's about time to do our second succession of potatoes. So we have some golds and purples, and we are hoping, fingers crossed, that the water and humidity didn't get to these. We're going to put these into this container, and then we are going to dig through and see what we can do just to keep things clean. You don't have to do it this way. It's just easier for me. Here, we'll do these first. Oh, so these must be the purple, huh? So we'll put the plants over here. Potato tops for the chickens, not the best, so purple. We're not gonna do that one. Oh my goodness!
Whoa.
We have a spud! Oh, and it's hard!
Oh, I got none!
Yay! Always our favorite thing to do, huh?
I got one!
Yay!
Here, Mom.
The annual potato hunt begins.
Okay.
Yay!
Ew. Here, guys.
It's just a little bit of wormage. That's okay.
You dig.
Okay, Taskmaster. We will go all together here. Look, Millie. Oh, that's a squishy one. That goes to the woods. So, yeah. Oh, I hit our target. That's a first, huh?
That's yucky. Okay.
We're doing good, huh? Those are some, well, not that one, but... I'm loving it. Remember to leave the dirt on it so we can store it a little longer, huh?
Okay, is it squishy?
No, it's good.
He's fine.
Okay, awkward angle, but you're going to need something that has air. This is just part of the chicken coop. Hardwire mesh, whatever. Like a stainless steel shelf would work really well. And then you just want to put them out here to cure. Not outside unless you have some sort of cold storage outside, like a root cellar. That would be ideal, huh? Probably can't ask the Amish to borrow theirs, but that's okay. I'm just spacing them out so they're not really touching here. I left the dirt on. You want to do that. Obviously, if you see any bugs, you don't want to do that. But my garage here, it doesn't get too humid. So we're going to see how this works. I'll keep an eye on them, and you know, if it's not working and I have to process them, I will process them with my pressure canner. You can also cut these down, freeze them into mashed potatoes. I love doing that. Freezer mashed potatoes are super simple. But ideally, these would last you for the year, as well as, you know, most of your roots like carrots. Beets are a little bit more, I guess they have that exterior, but I have problems with them storing well. And sweet potatoes, you can do this with too. So I'm excited to do that with our sweets. But that means we have plenty of time to start another succession.
Sweet potatoes?
No, not in here. Succession of potatoes. And the consensus is I do think that we got a little bit more abundance from the gold like we normally do, as opposed to the purple. We were just trying out something different. We weren't sure if it would work, so I will.
Bugs get them.
Yeah, bugs might, but we'll keep an eye on them. I already see a few coming, so I'll show you the end. All right, what do you think, bud?
Nice.
Success?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty proud. This is our favorite part, right? It's a.
Are we going to eat this guy?
Not that guy. No, raw potatoes aren't the best.
Is he a raw potato?
They're all raw. Yeah. All right, let's let them settle in, and let's go get the girls. Hello. I'm in a quiet house currently, and I need to, the kids are at the park. I need to hang up some of my herbs, and I don't have my herb, trying to open that door, herb drying rack, apparently. I thought I brought it with me. If anyone remembers me packing last year, tell me where it is. It's terrible sound. Yeah, but I don't have it. Can't find it. If you remember where I packed it, let me know. But in the meantime, we're gonna venture into the woods here and find a stick and do some macrame. And I figured while I'm out here, I'll show you what the haps is in the garden, because it's been a week and a lot has changed. So let's go do that, and then I'll show you what herbs I am drying. Okay, nasturtium strawberry situation hasn't really changed, to be honest with you. But while we're over here, the zinnias, can you believe it? Look how gorgeous. They're so pretty. Can't even stand it. I probably already showed you in this video, but that's all right. We're still debating on this pathway. It just looks random. It looks like it's just a random divide, and maybe that's silly. So I don't know. The goal today is to harvest some lemon balm, some dill and basil, and then we're going to let the rest come in. I do have lavender down there that needs to happen. One of my children, I'm not sure which one, to be honest, because this could be any of them, harvested some green tomatoes, unfortunately. It's okay. I'm going to let them ripen in the window, but I wanted to get an abundance before I did that. So the tomatoes are looking a bit bare. And this may ruffle a few feathers, but I don't do anything to my tomatoes. Sometimes if it's like super, I guess, lush in there, I take some of the stems from the bottom, but honestly, I just kind of let them do their thing. If you haven't caught on to that by now, I don't do a lot of pruning. I just let nature take its course and go from there. I'm knocking on wood because I have not seen a squash bug yet, but this is the first time this house has seen a garden in a very long time. So it's very possible that they left and they may come back. But the tomatoes, would I get a better yield if I did all the things, all the tips and tricks? Probably, but I'm just gonna go for it. If the plant is dying, then I will do every last ditch effort to save it, but right now they're looking great. So yes, let's move on to the next box. All right, down here we have strawberries, we have bachelor button, a random nasturtium, and then the edamames coming in. So that's really cool. I have never grown edamame. My daughter loves them, but I thought they were really cool starts. And she said you can trellis, but they'll just trellis straight up, which will be interesting. We have some cucumbers coming through here. And then we also have rosemary. I'm going to let that keep going. I don't think that needs to be harvested right now. And then over here we have the same. I just bought random clips to bring it up when I need to. And then this is copper piping. If you don't know about the benefits of copper piping on your plants, look into it. I'm not going to go into it for this video, but I was lucky to be gifted by an Amish neighbor some copper pipes, and we're going to see if that helps some of my plants, but it should be interesting. This, I guess, is missing. Yeah, it's missing a clip, but that needs to kind of set itself over. Over here I have some thyme. Smells delish. Vinca vine, and then pumpkin, squash, and all that jazz. I have sunflowers coming in. The mammoth did get a little twisted in here, my son said. Yep. So the pumpkin's kind of using it as a space, but that's okay. Raspberries coming through, blackberries, and then I'll just, since I'm right here, we have carrots right there. And then my son's garden is doing awesome. So turnips, he loves that these little trees keep popping up. So he keeps putting them in their own individual pots, which I think is cute. I don't have a problem with it. Marigolds, tomatoes. He has sage, bell pepper, some corn. Although we are going to head down the road here to my local Amish farm. They're selling 8 ears for $1, and it's non-GMO corn. I can't really beat that, and I'm going to do all my freezer corn coming up here soon. We eat a lot of it, and I don't know, I probably totaled it out. I think we'll do 40 bags, so I'll need quite a bit. I'm going to bring the wagon down there and kind of not show you around because it's actually not respectful to film the Amish. I've gotten questions about that. Can I see their farms? No. Just because they don't want to be filmed doesn't mean their property does. It's just not something that I will do, and I won't ask. I know there are other creators that do, though, so if you're looking into that type of farming practice or lifestyle, check it out. Peter Santinello, who I love, has some really great videos. I'm sure you've heard of him before, and he goes into Holmes County, Ohio, and some in Pennsylvania, and they, let him in, and you can really see how they work, but I'm just not the creator to do that. Anyways, watermelon right here, Gomez picking out a fly. We have some greens coming through. I could weed this out. I'm not going to. And then over here, we do have some beans, peas, our apple trees. My son saved all our peach pits and ended up hammering into the pit to get to the seed, and he just got a little overzealous and cracked the seed in half, all of them. So we're gonna go for it with a different batch of peaches that I just got at the market down the road here. But the only other thing in here is Thunderbergia, and that's the purple flower that you may see. So that's going well. And then I do have some blackberries happening here. The lavender just could look a little nicer, so I'm going to trim off some of the tops there. When I was younger, I used to go down to the market. It was like a little schoolhouse, and a woman made lavender wands, and she taught me how to make them. So she wove ribbon in and out of them, and then you place them throughout the house, and it's just like a scent booster. So I thought that would be fun for them. Don't swim in there. You don't know how. Anyone's chickens try and swim. Mine do all the time. And then nasturtium, that can be cut back so we can get some new growth. And then oregano. This is great for the chickens. They're always unsure of it, but then when I come back, like okay, all right, yeah, we like it. When I come back later in the afternoon, it's gone. My eucalyptus is doing okay. I just like to hang it in the shower, so I have some new spots coming through. Hello, Goldie. That's my son's favorite chicken. He's not with me. I'm sorry. And then I have some silver dollar right here. Smells delish. Oh, and I have a sad looking flower, but we'll get some water on that. The roofing panels for the coop, they are slowly but surely coming. I don't know if you can see these two trees. Those were the ones that fell directly on the coop. My husband, I don't know, had a strange schedule, so he wasn't able to help out. But hi, ducks. Hi, Wendy. See how they're panting like that? I change their water out probably 4 times a day, and it's 3 times a day, and it's just been killer and hot. My son's little viewing area. And here's Gomez. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I've never had a bird that lets me actually touch him, so I'm excited. I know it's hot. It's really hot. He's smart though. He stands in his water. Unfortunately, fortunately for him, it cools him off, but then I put some bricks in it to get it frozen. But what I was saying is he stands in the water. Hey, buddy. Hey. He's so nice. I'm just excited. He's just like a giant dog with feathers, huh? I know it's hot. I put ice cubes in there and frozen peas, and it just never really seems to help. Oh, I'm not gonna hurt you, buddy. I promise. But yeah, anyways, he stands in there and it cools him off. Unfortunately, the problem with that is he poops in there, so he kind of gets it grossed out. My son came in and collected the turkey feathers, and he made some bow and arrows out of those, so I will show you that. He wanted me to show the friends on the internet, he said. So yeah, the only goal today right now was to go get a stick. I got distracted showing off my garden, but I gotta show someone. Over here, I haven't really walked the property with any of you. We're clearing out a little fort area for the kids. We have some azaleas in there, some ivy, definitely poison all the way down here. Some black walnuts, like I discussed. We will make some tinctures once that's ready to go. We have a path in here. And then we have some areas over there. This is the stick in question that my son javelined down here. Fun fact, I used to throw the javelin. I was not that good at it. My sister was pretty decent at it. There's one right there. That might be the perfect stick. I think that'll be nice looking. Wow, my neighbor's garden's beautiful. It's not mine to show, but I wish I could. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we'll just use this one. It's a little long, but that's okay. I'm not going to do a 2-rack. I'm just going to do 1. So honestly, it should be fine. Looking for a dead stick. If I was going to keep this inside, I don't know, for long-term storage on my kitchen shelf or something, I would bake it just to get all any disease or bugs out of it, and then go from there. Shoot, I got cut off there. I will finish the story in a second, but I wanted to show you what I'm working with. So I have jute, and then I have macrame, it's a it's hemp is what it is, and I got red, white, and blue. I was going to do a macrame wall hanging, and I did one for my mom. I just didn't finish it, so I'm not going to show it. She watches my videos. But anyways, I studied printmaking was my focus, but I also really was into textiles, fabric dye, things like that. So I know how to macrame. I learned that in high school, and I really enjoy it. It's just like an art of tying knots and braiding, if you didn't know. So I have these colors. I might do something crafty with them. I'm not sure. And then, I mean, I know this is a plant video, but I did want to show you his arrow. He sharpened it, put the turkey feathers on it, and duct taped. And then he was making a bow. I see. But yeah, he wanted me to show you, and I thought that was really cool too. So I'm going to take this out, and I will probably just do the blue and white for now. Maybe I'll do all three and show you a basic knot just to add some decoration to it. But it literally could just be you hanging a stick with some of this twine, and then when I wrap, just use some extra string on the bottom of the plants, whatever I harvested, and then we will loop it over the string. I'll show you how to do that. All right, I'm going to do my best to block out that sun and not blind you, but I have the stick, I have the jute, and then I'm just hanging it like this with a little on the end, but that's up to you. My colors that I chose were red, white, and blue. I have so many people like, I don't like our country, I don't like red, white, and blue. Then do different colors. I don't care what colors you do. You don't need to virtue signal and tell me how much you hate our country, because I don't really care. I love our country. So anyways, I'm gonna put this in here and have it just like this. So essentially you could just take C hooks and screw them in here and then hang your herbs that way and go from there. But if you want to go more decorative with it, then do it this way. So I have just about this length, and I have 3 cords. This really could work with any, but I'm going to make it into 6. Tish is doing her little turkey gobble at me, but I'm going to put it right down the middle. So you want to loop here. And I'll link a video to this. I'm not the best when it comes to explaining macrame to adults. With kids, I can explain crafts like lickety-split. I'm pretty decent at that, hence probably why I was an art teacher. But with adults, I don't know why. It's really tricky for me, because my mentality, I'm like, just do it. Just do what I'm doing. And that's not how people learn. That's certainly not how I learn. So here we go. We have it just like this. One of those knots. If you're not expert, let me know what that's called. But you just want 2 down the middle. So I'm going to leave the white down the middle, and then I'm going to have this on the side. So I'm going to get you turned so you can see the knot I'm making, and I will try my best to explain this to you. Okay, I'll try and keep my head out of the way, but you have 2 on each side, and you're going to take one side. Don't start, Wendy. I'm trying to do a tutorial, so this might be tricky. Like, I might have to do it while I'm looking at you and holding it. So hold like this, and you're going to make an L with your finger. I'll zoom in so you can see that better. And then you're going to take this loop and go crisscross and go under and pinching and holding. And then you have this knot. Make sure you're keeping these pretty taut. You're gonna line it up just like this and go down the center. I've seen people do like a flag hanging, and that would be really cool, but I'm not trying to make anything special except for an herb drying rack. So yeah, I'm just doing that. Then I'll go again. I do 5 on each side just so one side doesn't get long. Wendy, I'm trying to tell him about this. But because this is so thick, I'm gonna do it on the other side too, so you will see that you can get knots here, and I'll show you up close how to do that. But Wendy, stop. Wendy. I get it, but the water's for everybody. It's literally when any bird down there goes near her water, she freaks out. I tried to give her her own bowl, and she's just a bully, so. Female ducks, man. They're tricky. But anyways, yeah. You just go up like this. I don't know what kind of knot this is. I don't want to call it a sailor's knot. It might be, though. I used to get these sailor's knot bracelets whenever I would go to the beach, and I don't know, my grandfather was in the Navy, and he wore one in a picture, so I always thought that was really cool. And I guess the idea was the sailors wore their bracelets out of hemp or cotton, and then they would wipe their sweat with it, and then they would give it to their sweetheart. But I mean, I'm sure there's a better story to that. That's just what I've heard, so. Alrighty, the kids came home super hungry from the park, so I kind of just had to jump out there, grab some herbs, and tie them up. So I do apologize. I missed the harvest on video, but we're going to start out with basil right there on the right side. We have eucalyptus, both varieties in one strand there. We have some dill, and then we have that braided, whatever you want to call it, red, white, and blue-ness in the middle. And then we have some of the oregano, some lavender, and then some lemon balm. I am going to head outside and grab a few things, but this is where I have it hanging. It smells amazing. Look what we found. Well, my husband found them. Send me all your wineberry recipes. I'm excited. Wow. Look at all these.
What can we make out of them?
I don't know. Let's ask our friends to send us some recipes.
There.
They taste just like I remember they tasted.
They look like raspberries.